What's going on, everyone? Conservative Video Dipper here. If you got a dip, pack a lip. I am dipping on Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen Dip Tobacco. Smokeless tobacco. Y'all knew that I used to be really big into Christianity. So, I'm not going to sit here and poop on any religion. I don't like to do that, because I think that is unfair, unwise, and it's just not what I do. But I just don't like Christians that claim they're Christian and do the unchristian kind of things that they shouldn't be doing. Let's just put it that way. And I've done more with meditation. I've done a lot of meditating, a lot of finding wisdom. And that's what I think is very important for people, is that people understand that you can find wisdom every day. Not just through meditation, but through talking to different people, understanding people's experiences, whether they've gone through good times, hard times, trials and tribulations that life gives. And I think it's important that we understand that people can be wise, but they have to want to find time in their life to balance between everyday life and meditating, to find that wisdom to help them when they are contemplating of a lot of different things in their life that they are going through. And I found it to be a little bit more easier, somewhat, by taking my time to sit and meditate and learn, listen, and understand that we are all humans. We are going to make mistakes. We are not perfect. We don't need to be perfect. We just need to be kind to each other, love each other, and be understanding and help each other, give each other wisdom and strength when we need to give it to them. And a lot of this comes from a lot of time of being patient, taking the time with it, to understand that it's okay sometimes to not understand the first time. You got to be quiet sometimes and just listen and think about reflecting on through the day of what you did in life, what maybe bad things that happened to you. Would that be a lesson for you to learn something that you need to understand? Not doing that again. Maybe being more mindful of what it is that you have to learn from it, by learning wisdom and strength through it and being strong. And that's the hardest part a lot of people don't understand, is it's not just about wisdom, but strength mentally. Not just masculine strength, but being strong in the mind, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Checking yourself. It's okay sometimes to take a step back and breathe and say, I just need to recalculate myself, gather my thoughts, gather where I'm at right now in this moment in time, this present time, and how to do it with peace and be at peace within oneself. And being at peace with oneself is always the best thing. You want to be at peace with yourself. I've learned a lot. When it comes to being Christian, a lot of Christians, and I'm again not shitting on Christian, a lot of Christians say, well, this, and this is bad. what if it's not always allegedly that bad? What if it's just maybe you don't understand? What if we need to understand something? Again, be quiet. Sit in a silent space, listen, gather our thoughts, and think about, is that really that bad? Or is it just how the world is portraying this interpretation of what may allegedly be bad that we don't understand? And I understand it, and I've gathered it. And that's come through, again, meditation, doing qigong, breathing techniques. But also it comes with learning about where I am in life. And this is where I will tell you what I believe in. I am pagan. Now, I know a lot of people could be like, oh shit, be gone, Satan. No, calm down. I don't do Ouija boards. I don't do tarot cards. I don't do demonic shit, okay? I'm not that kind of pagan. I don't put curses on people. I don't do that kind of shit. I'm more of a empath pagan. I'm kind of more of a wisdom, but also give strength kind of pagan. Y'all probably seen me wear this chain around my neck. It's because I have my Mjolnir on it, which is the hammer of Thor, the Mjolnir. Now, we're not talking about the Norse or the pagan or the gods Thor, Odin, and Loki like in the Marvel movies. We're talking Norse pagan gods. Look them up. You'll figure it out. There's a lot of info about them. They did get some things right, but the one thing that they did get wrong about the Norse god is Loki being Thor's brother, which is not true. That is not true at all. Loki is not Thor's brother. Thor is the god of strength, courage, and masculinity. But he's not just the god of strength in the masculine way, but he's also the god of strength mentally, physically, and spiritually. Which is a good thing to invoke when you need it. Whether you are weak, you find yourself in a day where you are weak with no strength to want to do something, or you're unsure about something and you feel like I need strength to carry myself, pick myself up, and continue throughout the day. That's what Thor will do. Odin will be the god of the one-eyed, know-it-all god of wisdom, poetry, and yes, the god of war. Odin did give his eye for knowledge. Some may say, well, why did he do that? He did it because that was his sacrifice to not only himself, but to the world, that he could help the world gather knowledge and invoke him to gain knowledge from him, learn from what he learned, by also not just using him, but using Thor to gather strength, to understand that how can I be stronger with my connections to understanding what it is that I need to do in this world today. Then you got other gods like Freya, or the goddesses, I should say. Freya being the god of fertility, motherly love, compassion, empathy, and Frigg being the god of, or the goddess of whatever she is, I forgot. There's a lot of gods and goddesses that really do help, but then there's one god that a lot of people have asked me, how can they connect with him? That would be Loki. Now, Loki, and I'm sorry, Loki, to say this, but sometimes can be a little butthead with people. Loki can be a real butt sometimes. He can be a little troublemaker because he is the god of trickery, the god of chaos. He is the god of that part. So he can be a real hard god to kind of connect with. Because sometimes you don't understand why Loki may be causing chaos. Sometimes Loki is causing chaos because he's either bored, or Loki is just doing it to get your attention, to tell you, hey, I'm here, I want you to understand that I'm sending a message to you. And I need you to be quiet, please, and listen to that message. And when you listen or try to understand what it is that Loki or all the gods or goddesses are telling you that you choose to connect with, you have to listen. You have to try to understand what it is that they want from you. And sometimes, in that same token, they won't answer because they kind of want you to figure it out yourself. They know that you can figure it out. You're smart. You're smart enough to do it yourself without them sometimes. But they are there to help you. They don't want you to rely on them like the Christian gods because they know you can do it. But they're there to be your support, your team that gives you that foundation of where to begin your step and your journey for the day. And throughout the day, how do you use that? What they have given you to help yourself be better, to go on the right path. And they know that there is evil in this world. They do not like it. They don't tolerate it. Well, I mean, they don't want bad things to happen, but they understand bad things will happen because sometimes it is a lesson. Sometimes it's just things that have to happen that are just inexplicably unexplainable at the moment in time. And you gotta just bite through it. But they're not really mean gods. They're not really gods that are jealous. They understand that sometimes you may want to be praying to God, the Abrahamic God, and they're fine with it. They're not like the Christian God where they're jealous, but they are understanding. They're more lenient. And they're really lenient with us and understanding with us, which is good. But when it comes to Odin, the one-eyed wanderer, the know-it-all, the wise man, we call him the wise man, even though Paul Heyman considers himself the wise man. Odin is the wise man. He knows that wisdom comes sometimes with a price. Whether people want to hear it from us or not, we have to just accept it for what it is. And that's it. We have to understand that not everyone is going to listen to the wisdom we give, because people are ignorant. People want to make their own path in life. And some people have to go through whatever it is they're going through to maybe learn that, oh, I should have listened, or I should have understand what it is that I need to learn from this, and I should have been better. And sometimes it's very hard to understand it, but people will, once they understand, they will get it. They will latch onto it because people that are able to understand and learn through different ways. Sometimes, like I said, learning through mistakes or learning by something happening. And when it comes to like Odin and Thor, those are two people that I lean towards the most, Thor and Odin. Mostly I lean towards Thor for courage, strength, wisdom, because there are days I do not understand why I feel a certain way. Like I feel weak mentally or spiritually or mentally. But here's the thing about it. That's where Thor can help you learn with that. By also leaning towards Odin, giving you that understanding of wisdom. Hey, here's a little wise piece of advice. Try to start with baby steps. Move forward. And baby steps will gradually become big boy steps. And you will understand within that amount of time as you go on that both Odin and Thor, or whatever deity you cling to or latch to, can give you that help that you wish. But people will ask at the same time, does that mean that you have to sacrifice something for them? No, you really don't. All you have to do is really just, I guess the only thing you have to sacrifice is time. To being patient, being understanding, listen, and be direct with them. Invoking them means, like for instance, I'll give you an example. Odin, O wise one, the one-eyed wanderer, the father of Hugin, Mugen, Gary, and Fraki, I invoke you for wisdom, or I invoke you for poetry and wisdom. Give me wisdom. Give me the understanding of how to be wiser, to help teach people that need to learn or that want to learn something that I may not be able to help them with. Please give me the understanding to be wiser and understand not only oneself, but the understanding of the world, and understand that humans are wanting to somewhat learn, but help me teach those that want to listen and that will steadfast in your teachings and be thankful and mindful to use the teaching for the good of humanity, the better of the people, not for the bad of people. And then invoke Thor, O Thor, God of thunder, the God of the Mjolnir, the God of the hammer. I invoke you to give me courage and strength, mentally, physically, and spiritually. I invoke you to give me the courage to speak your Father's wisdom, the Father Odin's wisdom that he has given me. Give me the strength to understand what it means that I need to do to make me feel better for myself and for others. That's how you invoke them. And it is one experience that you would have to literally sit there and listen to and understand what it is. Now that you have asked, you have to understand what it is they're trying to tell you now, once you've asked it. And once you've understood, then go do what you gotta do. Be strong, be mindful, but be courteous, considerate, and kind to others. And what you need to do is all up to you. Because one person's path may be different than other people's path. Odin's wisdom to one person may be different than to another, because they will teach you in ways that you would only understand, that you would probably more likely catch on to. And you go and do it. And you try to be successful. You try to be the best you can be. Again, not perfect, not like a god, but a god perfect like they are. But set your mind to what you want to do once you've learned. And that's another thing that I will end this conversation with, is that a lot of people do have a lot of misconstruing about paganism. Don't listen to it. A lot of people will allegedly claim that they're bad people. We are not bad people. We are all not bad people. There are good pagans, there are bad pagans. Bad pagans are just people that want to cause chaos and catastrophe. Don't let them in your life. If you decide to ever be pagan, don't accept it. The chaos that others create for you. Avoid it at all costs. But at the same time, understand that people are going to try to distract you from what your goal is. Don't let that distraction be a distraction. Go down the path that you have to go down. Follow your path. Be strong. And know that the gods and goddesses are going to be with you at all times. And that they love you. They care for you. They don't care if you're gay, bi, lesbian, straight, trans. They don't give a shit who you are. They love you for you. They understand that you are a person that is unique, that is beautiful. And yes, I did beautiful in sign language. You are a beautiful person. Each and one of us is a beautiful person that needs to be loved and understood, and know that our purpose here in life may all be different. My purpose is to help. But maybe other people's purpose in life is to do things differently than help. Maybe it's to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a cop or something. It's about understanding what our own purpose is and following it, and having the guidance of the gods and goddesses be there for us. So, I know I said I was going to end it, but I do want to say something. I've noticed a lot more lately. I've seen a lot of crows, which kind of do represent Odin. And I found a feather yesterday of this crow. Now, it may mean something. It may not mean anything. It just may mean that it's a sign for me to pay attention. And I'm paying attention. And I'm maybe having to do this because this is what I need to do. To make this aware that there are people like me out there. We're not bad people. We're good people. There are good pagans that love, care, and that are kind. There are pagans that are bi, lesbian, trans, that are gay. They're not bad people. They're just people. They're just people. They're just like us. That are unique. That are different. That see things in the world a different way than us. We may not understand it, but the gods do. And it's made me realize more, seeing more crows and more bugs that somewhat represent Loki, seeing some signs from Thor. I understand now that the deeper meaning to life is not being self-centered around yourself, but about understanding what it is our purpose in life is. And sometimes it's hard, but we can do it because we can show that there are people that do care for humanity. Like Thor cares for us. He loves us, but he doesn't like the bad people doing bad things to us. He doesn't want people to be taken advantage of. I don't want that. That's why I connect with Thor. Because I'm strength. Not just masculine, but mentally and physically and spiritually. I understand these things. I understand the differences. But I also understand that, sometimes we just gotta find our purpose in life. And I think that's what we all gotta do. So, praise to all the gods and goddesses, the Norse gods and goddesses. May they watch over you. May they bless you. And may they continue to shine love, wisdom, strength, compassion, empathy, and a little trickery. Yes, Loki, I mean you too. In your life. And may you find your purpose in life, like I have with me. See you guys.